we added the menu in the last video. We are going now to detect when we win or when we lose, and so we're going to add the screen game over and the screen you won or you won. And so the procedure is really similar to the one we used for the menu. So let's first detect when we lose. So when we lose, simple, when the countdown is less or equal to 0. So when this blue bar gets to the top, this countdown here gets to 0. So let's say just after this countdown, if countdown less or equals to 0, then let's print game over, and let's try it. So okay, we see it is printing the countdown time and game over. And why if countdown less or equals 0 and just not equals 0? I will show you why. Let's say, for example, that less than 10 seconds are missing, let's say 8 or 7 seconds, and then we click on the wrong spot, and so we have a 10 seconds penalty. In that case, it is going from 7 to, so it will be 7 minus 10, and it is going to minus 3, and so we are skipping the 0, and that's why with just the 0 it won't work properly. So now it's 7 seconds, let's skip it, and we see we don't have game over right now because we kept the 0. If it was minus or equal 0, it would be, okay, let's wait 5 seconds. Okay, let's now add the penalty and we have game over. So that was the easy explanation. So let's now add the loop. So while game over, let's say game over is true, and in this case let's put a background screen dot fill white. Then let's add a clock tick 30, and finally pygame.display.update. So now game over is just a white screen, and now we need to add something like you lost. So like game over text, let's call it this way, and I'm going to use the title font because it's the biggest that I have right now. Title font dot render game over. That's it. Then true and black. Okay, game over loop. Let's add here the text screen dot bleed game over text, and where the position, let's say 250. So let's see, let's lose game over, and that's the end. And we need to add something else. Let's add some other text, like what can we do now that we lost? Game over, let's call it exit. And my font, I'm going to use a smaller font than the title one, so my font dot render, click to exit, click anywhere, let's say anywhere to exit, true and black. Game over, okay, screen dot bleed, game over exit, text 200 and 150. Okay, game over, click anywhere to exit. And what do we need now? We need the event handle like we have for the game, so to detect when we are pressing some key on the keyboard or when we are using the mouse, because in this case when we get to game over, only this code is being executed and not this one. So let's copy this pygame.event.get, the quit event and the keyboard and the mouse position, and then let's put it here. Okay, we don't need the keyboard anyway, we don't even need the mouse position. I just want to say to detect if I am pressing the left button or the right one of the mouse or the center. I want to use the left one. If event.button, and if you remember, you were already watching some other video, the left one it's equals to 1, and in this case it's just pygame.quit. So let's try to run this code. Menu, the game, let's lose, game over, and now let's click anywhere to exit, and exit, it works. What if we win? Let's do the same. How to detect if we win, if we won? So we win when we find all the differences. So if the length of this array that contains all the differences it's equals the number of differences, in this case 4, it means that we won. So let's see, print, let's print the length of found differences to see how it is. So let's now not print countdown anymore because we don't need it, so that we can see the differences. So here I'm printing the length of found differences. Right now we haven't found any yet, so let's get the first one, it's 1, so the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So in this case we found all of them, 4, so it means we won. So if len found differences equals 4, in this case we won. And so let's copy the game over loop and we will just change the text. Game over, game how can I call it, game 1, game 1, one text. Game over, exit. It just click anywhere to exit. We can leave that one. Game 1 text equals title font.render .u1 to black. So let's try it. U1, click anywhere to exit, and that's it. So our game is almost ready. We're going to see in the next videos how to make some improvements. This is all for this video, and see you in the next video.